All right, so we are at the second part of the Skulls trilogy, Skulls 2, which was released in 2002, if I'm not mistaken. 2001, it says. And this is the first time watch for me. I'd never seen any of the Skulls films, as I said in the Skulls review previously. And this is where I can tell that the franchise is going to start to get very cheap, cheesy, and convoluted as these direct to video, low budget films and sequels specifically tend to go with complicating storyline and just getting confusing for the most part. But, anyways, we have brand new cast. We have our lead, Ryan Summers. I don't know the actor's name, somewhere back here, but it's a new story. It kind of connects to the first film in a way, so there is some continuity, but we're not dealing with any characters really from the first film. But anyways, Ryan is another student who gets the invite to become a Skull. He has an older brother who's a Skull as well, so he has a little bit of knowledge and inside information from his brother, being a long term Skull kind of thing. But he gets an invitation and they go through the same weird coffin thing surrounded by water that everything is just extremely far-fetched and whatnot. Basically, the story starts out where he decides to pull a prank when he's a Skull, and they have this initiation thing where they stab each other with a knife, and it turns out to be a fake knife, but they have to. It's a trust game kind of thing, and he knows that it's a trust game, so he pranks everybody and puts fake blood on himself to make it seem like he was actually stabbed when he wasn't. And the Skull leaders don't take well to this, so they make him and his buddy clean some tomb in the Skull's fraternity place. And he witnesses this girl fall off a roof, named Diana, and she's hanging out drinking with some guy, and then she's on the roof, and they see this, and she falls off and dies apparently. I mean, she does, but they try to cover it up and everything. And he's asking the Skulls what happened, and the Skulls are trying to kind of brush it off, oh, it was another prank. We wanted blah 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 yada yada. It was staged and everything. And he tries to dig further. He asks questions, gets some leads, and he's led to the guy who apparently hung himself, which that was staged with the whole Caleb thing in the first movie, where Will, it was his name, goes to investigate the tomb, and then Caleb comes in and he falls off and breaks his neck but doesn't quite die, and then one of the big leaders of the Skulls kills him actually and then stages it as a suicide. But yeah, so he's investigating this Diana death, and the Skulls don't like it, and then they basically turn his life into a living hell. And he has this girlfriend, really hot girl named Allie, and they're 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 flirting and playing in Ryan's bedroom, and then because she starts tickling him, he starts kicking and pushing, and he accidentally kicks her face and like makes a mark on her face. And in the middle of the movie, he goes to her roommate and he knocks on the door, and her roommate says that she's out with some other guy, and then he goes to this restaurant, sees her out with this other guy, and she's like, "Oh, you hit me, it's over, we're breaking up," and she's wearing sunglasses and everything. I'm like, did I miss something? Did I miss a scene? What's going on here? And it turns out that the Skulls kind of not blackmailed but bribed her essentially to give her a bunch of benefits in the society if she broke up with Ryan and pretended that he hit her and everything, and turned his life upside down essentially. And he's like, what the fuck, obviously. So they do a bunch of things to him. I did like though how the roommate that Allie's roommate was on Ryan's side, so it's not like she took Allie's side at all, and she understood that Ryan's not that type of guy, and they started to have a love interest themselves. And I'm like, good for you, man, good for you. At that point, if Allie's gonna act like that, go for the roommate, son. Um, yeah, that was funny. So I really liked how Kelly, I think was the roommate's name, took Ryan's side and helped him and was there by his side when he's going through all this turmoil and all this shit. But yeah, the movie leads where, you know, it's basically an investigation thing, and then it turns out Diana was, you know, she did die, and the skulls didn't. Skulls were trying to cover it up, but didn't manage to do so, and some people get, you know, actually charged as they should. And at the end of the movie, basically Ryan walks away from the skulls, and he's like, "Fuck this! I don't want anything to do with this bull crap." And it's basically how it goes. But I mean, it's a lot of things going on at once. They're throwing a lot at the wall and seeing what sticks in this movie. And it just like these early 2000s direct to video films, and especially ones that are in trilogies like this, they just start to feel cheaper and cheaper. Like, you get the first one, which already has this cheap quality, cheap feel to it, and then they try to make a few extra bucks with sequels, and it's just they don't know what to do with them. They run out of ideas. They get a bunch of ideas together and throw it all at the wall and see what sticks, but usually not much sticks. And it's fun. Like, it's a good Sunday rainy day film. Like, it's not offensively bad or anything. It's not unwatchable. It's not ridiculous. It's not. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's not like boring or a waste of time kind of film. It's just, it is what it is. It's it feels like a TV movie. Like, have you ever seen a TV movie before that, you know, you catch on, like I said, an afternoon or a late night or something like that? It's just one of those an hour and a half time killers kind of thing. I just wish these films were more thrilling. Like, I was, especially since they have to do with the conspiracies and cults, which is a phenomenal idea, and I love that kind of, you know, I love conspiracy theories and diving down rabbit holes and stuff like that. I just wish they did more with these films, personally. But it was fine. Like, it feels like a watered down, weakened version of the first film. But they switched it up a bit and went in a different direction, kind of. So there's that. But anyways, there's not much else to say about this film. That's The Skulls 2, and I'm going in blind to these, so I have no idea what to expect from the third one, but we shall see. Subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon, so stay tuned for those. Check out what's on the channel already. Stay tuned for what's coming. Until next review, have a good one. Take care and cheers.